they are, no matter what race, no matter what religion, no matter how much money they have, no matter how much money they don't have. Onpassive means having compassion and caring about people. Onpassive means total financial freedom. Onpassive means never having to go to the store and worrying about paying the grocery bill and utility bills. Onpassive means not having to worry about how you live from day to day. Onpassive means not having to go to bed hungry each and every night, as millions of people do in this world. Onpassive means having clean drinking water. Onpassive means being able to afford the best medical care in the world. Onpassive means not worrying about how to pay for your children's education. Onpassive is revolutionary. Onpassive is monumental. Onpassive means lifting up humanity. Onpassive means not having to say, I'm sorry, I don't have money to give you to help you out. Onpassive means being able to afford anything that you want and not regretting it with buyer's remorse the next day. Onpassive means having a loving and giving spirit. Onpassive means goodness with humanity. Onpassive means giving to your faith. Onpassive means giving to your favorite charity. Onpassive means being the largest information and technology giant. Onpassive means having two magnificent offices in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, in the tallest building on the planet, named Burj Khalifa. Onpassive means having a state-of-the-art home in high-tech city, Hyderabad, Telangana, India. Onpassive means having Rajatamolis personnel assembled in that beautiful building in Hyderabad, India. Onpassive means having the best software developers and engineers, data scientists, infrastructure engineers in the field of technology. Onpassive means having a customer success department and hospitality staff more superior than any on earth. Onpassive means having security systems that are impenetrable. Onpassive means having the means and desire to help the homeless find decent homes in which to live. Onpassive means having founders in over 200 lands and able to conduct business in all of those lands in the world. Onpassive means the correction to the corruption that you see on the internet. Onpassive means being a clean and ethical business. Onpassive means the developer of state-of-the-art, digital disruptive products infused with artificial intelligence and machine learning technology. Onpassive means having over-market value digital disruptive products soon to be released publicly. Onpassive means having the most recognized brand in the information and technology field and beyond that industry. Onpassive means a massive presence in the business world. Onpassive means a huge income for founders in Onpassive. Onpassive means Mr. Ash Mufareh and his family, the incredible staff who are responsible for what Onpassive is. A unicorn born before it is launched. Onpassive means thanks for what we have.
Anyway, we'll be back on at 3 o'clock. Is there anything else I want to bring up? Don't forget about Robin's Circle. We'll put out another.
Marty, in the bottom, can you correct her name? There is a Facebook post named Ronin Circle. Can you connect that to Robin? I just noticed that.
Oh, I just copied and pasted it. So whoever I got that from spelled it wrong.
Oh.
I didn't even look at it.
Okay, when we're done with here, he would like you to send him the link. I said that you're still talking, and he won't stop, so I'm just going to let him go. Send the link to Ash once we get to the new one.
Of course.
And we'll post that out as soon as we get it on there.
Does he have any theme he'd like to put on it?
Yeah, we'll talk to him afterwards. We'll figure it out. He's going to
I'm just trying to pressure. He'll say to me, you have any theme? Yeah, I give it to him. That's not what he talks about.
Wait a minute. Don't you turn this off either. Someday I'm going to write a book, and it's going to be called Marty's Comics to Chris Before the Live. And I'm going to shuffle it, and you guys are going to laugh your brains off. I promise you that.
No, I tell you what. Hey, I'm going to say this one more time. I did it again today. Chris came on. And he goes, he sits up for a minute, he looks around, He does the same thing every day, and he goes, "Hey, Degarmo, can you hear me?" And I just sit there for a minute, and I go, "No, not at all. Your darn computer sucks." And he goes, "I don't know what it is." And then he looks up again, and he goes, "Chris, I can't hear you." He goes, "Oh my God." then he called me a male person's private part. Okay.
I called him a toe.
He said, "You, what a toe." And I went, "Man, that's not nice." Anyway, sorry, we're losing our mind. See you guys in about an hour and 15 minutes. All right, see you all. Thank you.
Did you make a link yet?
How can I make a link? We're on here.
Karma's a bitch.
Queen of Karma.
Hello, everyone. How are you all doing today? Yes, my voice is still kind of gone. And here's the thing. So they announced over the last few days that there would be no more 360. Ash would not be going live anymore on either Wednesday or Thursday to give people updates until the OES was back up and running. And we were all looking forward to not hearing from Ash for a minimum of 3 months, because most of us believe that it will take at least that long if it ever comes back up. But allegedly now, today, they were going to go live with Ash at 3 p.m. But then Marty said this: the live with Ash will be at 4 p.m. DST, not 3 p.m. EDT. And then I got very confused trying to figure out what time that was, because based on what I can see, that's like 7. But apparently it's at 4 p.m. Eastern, and they're going to be live in a half an hour. So until that happens, I thought that we would react to some videos, some fun videos that have been going up over the last couple days. Because now they need something to keep them busy now that they don't have to look forward to Ash coming on, even though Ash is coming on today for the non-360 360. You know, Mark says, hey, Onpassive means listening to a bunch of dysfunctional loonies living in cloud cuckoo land. Yes, it does. It does. Hello, Violet. Good to see you. Jelly Snack thinks that this is their way of only posting Ash on Marty and Chris's channel rather than all the channels. And I don't know if that will work, because people are just going to record it and post up just Ash by himself like they always do. Yes, do not forget about Ronan in Onpassive. Who's Ronan? I don't know. Apparently, though, they're raising money for Ronan. Good to see you, Jens. Are they still using the laptops Ash gave them 6 years ago? I wonder. Probably not. Probably not. Let's not forget Rob either, or perhaps we should. We haven't really gotten an update on him, eh? I hope that he's doing well. And yes, the website is still migrating. But as you can see, they're still pumping out videos. So this was posted up on Red's channel, and it's The Answer is Onpassive now more than ever. But it's a John White and Bill Must production. Onpassive, The Last Ronin. Yes. All right, hold on. I have to make sure. Okay, yes, I am at normal.
Is the answer to having a remarkably successful life for users of the internet. Never again will anyone lose money, their dignity, their friends and family, trying to make a better life for themselves. Onpassive is risk-free. Mr. Ash Mufareh built into Onpassive, a company that works with its users. There are no gotchas when using Onpassive's state-of-the-art digital products. Onpassive is safe to use, with no adverse side effects. Onpassive is built to help. Onpassive is the blueprint to financial survival or financial...
See, like, I wasn't scared of side effects, but now that you've mentioned it...
opulence. Whatever way a person uses Onpassive, he or she will be successful. The world needs the financial stimulus that Onpassive provides. The founder's position in Onpassive is truly remarkable. Never has something that costs so little, returns so much. Really, the only investment made is patience. Patience and belief in Onpassive's ability to deliver all that it has promised. The power of believing in Onpassive should consume all founders.
Consume.
When users of the internet discover what
Hold on. No. I don't like that word. I don't like that at all. Ew, that felt icky. It should consume all founders. Nothing, no one thing should ever consume you. Like, I don't like the use of that at all. That gave me icky vibes. If the answer is Onpassive, it must have been the stupidest question in the history of the world. Hello, MC. Oh my, I still feel icky. I don't like that at all. Always include patience in your investment portfolio. I don't know if that's a good thing. Like, is that good that you can be patient because you had to wait around forever for one thing to happen here?
Onpassive offers them.
Weird flag.
Value, superior digital products powered by artificial intelligence and machine learning at a significant reduced cost. They will come into Onpassive in masses. Very soon our wait will be over.
See, the thing is, though, Pikmin, is they got rid of it for one day. And now today, apparently in like 40 minutes, Ash is going to be live with Marty and Chris. I don't know if Red will be there. Maybe that's the real change that they wanted to make. You know? Maybe.
How are we going to feel when we will never have to worry about paying our bills? Not worrying about having enough money to retire or working until we are 60 years or older to retire.
Okay, I'm not trying to be rude, but a lot of the people in Onpassive are already 60 years old or older and are retired. And now they've been told that this can like give them generational wealth. Literally, they've been sold this idea that this company is going to give their family what they call generational wealth. So, again, it feels so icky when they say things like that. It's like we're already there. And they're retired and sitting around and waiting for nothing because nothing's happening here. That's what the problem is.
Passive is going to take care of all founders.
Yeah.
Then we will take care of those who are suffering financially and help them. Uplifting humanity will become a passion for many. Mr. Mufareh has created Onpassive with failure-resistant materials, love, compassion, caring for people.
Yeah, I don't know if that helps with like the email client and the URL shortener. Like, or like O-Connect. I mean, you can have all the love and compassion and care for everyone all you want, but that doesn't then equate to the products being good and able to make people a profit, which is what this business is supposed to be. They're supposed to be able to sell these products in this Onpassive ecosystem. They're OES. It's a software-based company. These products are all designed to allegedly help them run a business. And by business, it's mainly going to be people that are in multi-level marketing companies. So their goal is to prey on people in MLMs while they talk smack on MLMs, also running an MLM and claiming that they're not an MLM. I can't make this up. That's literally what they're doing. But like, the products suck. When they first released the O-Mail, their email client, it didn't even have a reply or send button. So you couldn't actually send emails with the email client. And like, these are things that have been going on for years. When they had their first version of the OES system, nobody could log into it. And we literally went through like a full year of just constant login issues. And then it was shut down, and then they redid it into basically the one that we see now, at least before it crashed at the end of June. And it's been crashed since the end of June. They haven't been able to use any of these things. And that's why it's a little ridiculous that they're pumping up these videos that are all like, oh, these products are going to save humanity. We're saving humanity here. Because it's like, okay, but everything's offline. So if you can't sell these products to make the money, and then that money is supposed to be used to save humanity, then none of it's happening. And love, compassion, and care, like I said, is not what's going to make products. And now we're worried because after years of stating that they've hired the top technicians and engineers and etc. to work on all of this, now we're being told that they all sucked. They all tried to screw everybody over, and they've all been fired, and we've rehired people, and they're actually the best group of technicians and engineers, even doctors and whatnot. So there's a lot going on here where I'm like, again, love, compassion, and care is not what's going to fix these issues at all. How about telling them while waiting for them to finish their migration, I installed Linux and free software so they're no longer in play? Yeah, there's no honesty and transparency going on here. He won't even explain to them the actual issues with the tech right now. Which honestly, if he would just explain that to them, it would probably be an acceptable excuse for most of them. I don't know if that might be better than just stringing them along like this. You know, like, I don't know. It all sucks. Even the truth isn't great, right? But at least it's better than just constantly acting like everything is going amazing and everything is perfect and moving along fine. And they're all just on the cusp of saving humanity. Like, just moments away from it, right? Like, that is, I think, worse to me than even if he came out here and was like, we just failed at everything and we have to redo this whole thing. I would probably have more respect for him as a CEO and just a man if he would just say that. But it sounds like he says that this past month, but he doesn't actually say that. He's very good at making it sound like he's being transparent, taking accountability for mistakes that have gone on here, but then somehow at the same time he's doing that. If you're not brainwashed by the man and thinking he's perfect, you're going to get very confused because he's also not taking accountability, putting the blame on everyone else. So it's not really being transparent and, admitting to anything. He hasn't really admitted to anything here, for real. Like, even in terms of him going, oh, there were some people that screwed us over and I shouldn't have trusted people and yada, yada. Then he turns around and makes it sound like he just didn't have any clue what was happening. So then it takes away him admitting that part of the issue was that he trusted the wrong people and chose the wrong people, right? Because then he's like, oh, but I didn't know anything that was going on until just now. So it's like, okay, he just took back his taking accountability and he's no longer taking it anymore. You know what I mean? Like it. But if you're not over here sitting with us while you're listening to it, and you're in their area, brainwashed by him, to you, it sounds like he's taking full accountability and being honest and transparent. And part of the reason why he's not telling the full story is because he can't really tell the full story when he's the problem. And then he would have to take full accountability. He'd have to have full self-awareness and talk about that. And he's just not willing. It won't ever happen. I just crawled out from under a rock. It's now 2055. Has Onpassive launched yet? Probably not. Hopefully by then it's not going though.
That is an unbeatable combination. Let all of us catch the spirit of Onpassive. Be proud of what we have been given. Onpassive. Onpassive is the cure.
Like, you didn't sell them a spirit or an ideology or a movement. And see, they are doing this weird thing where now they're like, we're not just an MLM selling products that you guys can make money off of. No. We're a whole ideology and movement. And this whole like spirit of Onpassive thing is coming about. We got ghosts.
For all who have ventured into the internet and lost. Onpassive will solve our problems from not having money. Having money causes less anxiety and depression, improving the quality of life for millions of people.
Actually, they've done a lot of studies that have shown that more money does not equate to more happiness. But okay.
Are living in momentous times where more and more people are suffering financially. Onpassive will eliminate a lot of their financial problems and concerns. Mr. Ash Mufareh's love and compassion for people are perfectly reflected in his creating Onpassive.
But again, like I said, if the products are not good and these people cannot sell a lot of them to other people, they're not making the money. And then it doesn't matter how much of Ash Mufareh's love and compassion they have, they're not going to be able to save humanity like promised.
With over 1,200,000 loving and compassionate founders supporting Onpassive, Onpassive can't be defeated. We are almost there. The journey has taken longer than some have thought. Nothing great has ever been accomplished by rushing ahead before it is time. The creator of Onpassive has a system that has never been designed.
This man had his idea for O-Connect the same time that Zoom was relaunched. But he couldn't get it together like they could to actually make the software and launch it during the pandemic. So he just told everyone that that was actually all planned out because he was scared that somebody would steal his ideas. So he just didn't want to launch it at that time. And now Zoom is actually in the spot that Ash claims O-Connect is going to be in. But it's okay because now he claims that if he re-releases it anytime this month, then it's going to replace Zoom for everyone. So we have that to look forward to, of course. And then we're going to save humanity with it. And don't pay attention to the fact that it's 4 times more expensive either. Everyone will switch. That's how it works.
Signed until now. A completely automated system that assures everyone who uses its products will succeed. That has not been done by any other company ever. Onpassive is the first company to do it. That is why Onpassive is going to disrupt the norms of doing business on the internet. Thanks to Onpassive's innovative genius, Mr. Ash Mufareh, our lives and the lives of the people we love and know will change forever. We all can see the vision of Mr. Mufareh. Onpassive's emergence is imminent. Keep the faith. The force protecting Onpassive is powerful. What is that force?
What are these voices? What kind of AI reading was that? I'm sorry, we have to go through that again. That was so funny to me just now. I don't know why. My little brain.
And know will change forever. We all can see the vision of Mr. Mufareh. Onpassive's emergence is imminent. Keep the faith. The force protecting Onpassive is powerful. What is that force? It is the love for people.
The force protecting Onpassive is powerful. I can't. Let the force be with you, Onpassivians.
People. Love conquers hate.
Jesus Christ. They're like, all right, think of 10 buzz phrases that we could just list off at the end of this video. Go, go, go. And then they're just throwing shit at the wall. That was insane. That was, I don't even know. That was like 4 different voices, all allegedly being spoken by the same AI. That was, we need Bob Larson for that. That's what we need. We need Bob Larson to come over here and like get rid of that voice. Don't panic.
Don't panic.
Don't panic. So that was the latest Bill Musk production. And Red Redfern did a very interesting video that we'll try and get through before these guys allegedly go live in 20 minutes. So I'm going to have to speed it up a bit. But it's called Onpassive, Live with Red, Finding Inspiration. Let's find the inspiration. I hate how he does this. Red, you can speak right away. Lord. For those who don't know, Red's subscribers and viewers told him that they missed the first 5 seconds of his video when he puts ads on there. Because, usually it'll be a skippable ad. So you have to watch like 5 seconds of an ad before you can skip it, or it'll be like a 6-second ad. So Red now thinks that every time he goes live or does a video, he has to just sit in front of it and wait for like 10 seconds before he's speaking. And it's not true. The video doesn't actually begin until you click skip ad or the ads are done. So then you're left with Red just sitting here. It's ridiculous.
Okay, hello. How is everybody? Good to be here once again. Hope everybody's having a great day. And today is Thursday, the 3rd of October. And as always, try to come in here to give you some updates and maybe a little bit of my knowledge, if I possibly can do. I've just got off the phone texting with Chris. Obviously, they're coming on later, I think 1 p.m. Eastern. He's having some work done on his tooth at the moment, just to see if there's any updates that I need to bring to you. Nothing from corporate. Obviously, we are waiting to hear something back from our CEO, Ash Mufareh. Nothing via Marty either. And if we have any information, we shall bring you that as well. Remember, it can happen any time of any day. All we do know is that the last couple of times that either Marty or Chris has had...
So this Red live is from today, just a few hours ago. So he would have gone live just a little while before Marty and Chris went live and then announced that Ash was coming on at 3 with them.
Any correspondence with our CEO, Ash Mufareh. He's been very excited, working extremely hard behind the scenes, but also very, very upbeat. So that is fantastic news. I always like to try and bring something to the table when I'm here. And over the next couple of days or so, I'm going to sort of try and bring something that might be of help and value to you on certain topics that I personally feel that sometimes I struggle with. And obviously, if I struggle with it, then I'm sure you guys out there will as well, or do as well. Sorry about the noise if there's any dogs barking.
Because you're like the best person in the world. Red's like, yeah, if I'm struggling with it, then all of you have to be struggling with it, because there's no way that any of you could figure out something that me, Red Redfern, Ash Mufareh's third in command would be struggling from. There's just no way. All of you are definitely beneath me, and you could never get through the struggles that I have. So if I'm struggling, you definitely are.
Background noise, etc. I'm at my daughter's at the moment, which I said I was going to be yesterday. Okay, so the topic for today is finding inspiration. Now, finding inspiration really is one of those things, isn't it, that eludes a lot of people, and it is one of the areas that so many people struggle with. I certainly have and do. How do you know, to get inspired about something and to find that spark, I suppose, to do and carry on and all the rest of it. So I thought I'd bring this topic to the table, and I want to split it up into 2 areas, and that is personal and business. And the reason I want to do this is because I think having personal inspiration and business inspiration are two different.
Because you're in an MLM, and the MLM uses personal development as a guise to have people self-indoctrinate themselves further into the MLM culture. So, you got to teach them how to do the business, but then they also have to be trying to do like their personal development every day, which is, again, just brainwashing.
Different things, really, aren't they? But you need to have both to be able to do one or the other. Okay, they do go very much hand in hand, but you need to understand also the differences between the two. So let me just talk through about some ways that you can find inspiration from a personal point of view. Now, reading really is probably one of the best ways to find personal inspiration. Why? Because, you know, a good book exposes you to new characters, plots, twists, ideas. All of these things come from reading.
Yeah, and you know what? I just read Scarred, which is about Nexium, and I like started crying during my reading of it because the way that they were describing how Nexium and Keith Raniere got control over all of the women of this group reminded me so much of how Ash Mufareh has come in here and gotten control after all these people. And right now I'm reading Sure I'll Join Your Cult by Maria Bamford, which I highly, highly recommend if you have not read it. And once again, there's just a lot of similarities in terms of how she indoctrinated herself into this type of culture that reminds me of myself and several of my friends out here on the platform, and how we all ended up in these MLM cults, and how the MLMs get you is definitely giving me Onpassive vibes. I'm also reading When the Moon Turns to Blood, which talks about Lori Vallow and the Chad Daybell murders. And I'm kind of hoping that with our coverage of this, your cult won't remind me of that ever. Right, Red? Right?
Now, for those of you that do read, you conjure up, don't you, an image in your mind when you are reading a book. For instance, your brain makes the character into a certain look and what that person is, and also the plot itself. You envisage what it looks like and all the rest of it. This is a lot of the time why
it's so funny too, because like a lot of the MLMs out here will publish their own personal development material, right? Like Amway is very big on that. And then they'll be like, make sure you get all of our books.
Books that I've read that I've then subsequently seen films of.
I mean, unless you want to go read some Jeffrey Morlock, which I have done, by the way. I've reviewed his work from Onpassive here. That's interesting. We can do more of that in future if you want. But I believe that's the only real author that they have attached, as far as I'm aware.
I'm really disappointed, to be honest with you, a lot of the time.
I'm surprised he hasn't
because
written on
the character of the book that I've read is certainly not the person that I felt it should have been in the film. But that character is individual to me. Everybody who reads a book has a different feel of what that character is. And these sort of things help you to expand your mind, inspire you, and all the rest of it. Another one is immerse yourself in nature. Now, as you well know, I walk my dogs twice a day. I'm out there in the countryside, and it is a great source of inspiration whether you are walking, hiking, or sitting in the park. Being outside really is a source of inspiration. Why? Because you're looking around, you're taking all in, you're not on your phone or all that sort of stuff. You really are soaking in what nature has for you to help you to be inspired.
You can't go outside on days like today. Because, for example, you just told all of them that they would be free now for the next few days because Ash wasn't going to show up on the 360. And now you're announcing that Ash is about to show up and do this corporate webinar. So it's like, sure, they can go outside and they can turn off their computers and shut off their phones. But your scam that you're in here makes them feel guilty when they do that. Because what if they missed something? Like, what if after this live stream, they went, all right, going out for the day, shutting off my phone, and now they're about to miss Ash Mufareh's corporate webinar. And that's how you have them thinking. You've brainwashed them to believe that. So it's fine to sit here and tell them to do that. But it's not that easy. And that's the hard thing about these. It's not that easy to just walk up to someone in it and go, hey, man, this thing's a cult. And look, it's being sued by the SEC. And that person does not go, oh, wow, yeah, no, I got to get out of this thing. That's not the response that happens here. And my channel is dedicated to kind of exploring that and going, Why isn't it? What keeps us from that? You know, like coercive control is a crazy, crazy thing. So they don't feel like they can just turn off this stuff and go outside. And I mean, today kind of proves that, can they?
Also, learning something new can really invigorate and inspire you to be creative in your own spirit and your curiosity, because you are learning and jump-starting something new within you because of that new environment that you are in. Do not confuse this with fear. Now, that is another thing that we will get to, but that's actually on the business side of things. Another great way for personal inspiration is, guys, to travel. It's something that I religiously do often as I possibly can afford.
Well, he's very upset with me because he says that he has people that are doing paying game apps, which are scamming people, which you should be aware of, promising money and then not paying anyone, which is very bad and is definitely one of the reasons why I cover Onpassive and Ash Mufareh. I hope very soon you're going to cover them as well. Hey, I might, Ali, I might. But see, my focus tends to be on scams that also have the cult aspect attached to them. I look very much for the cult aspect. So far, you haven't provided me any information to show me that this is also a cult-like community, which is why I cover Onpassive. So if they do have a cult-like aspect to them, I will cover them, Ali. But that's a very important piece to what I cover. I don't just cover like the scams or the MLMs. I cover the ones that are particularly culty, like Onpassive. You know? Ash has failed. He needs to admit defeat and refund everyone who he stole money from. He really does. He really does. You know?
To do it
nice.
And into as many different areas as I possibly can. Traveling can provide inspiration from meeting new people, experiencing different cultures and seeing new sights. All this adds to your personal inspiration. Studying history can contain great ideas as well, as the process of influences behind them soaks into you about how things evolved. And
study the history of scams and study the history of cults and then protect yourself. Know what to look for. Stay away from things like this.
Is how people learn moving forward, because you have to know your history a little bit as well, don't you? And also surround yourself with inspiring people. That's a given, really, isn't it? Spending time with people who inspire you and learn from their experiences and perspectives. And the last one on the personal side of things is art can also inspire us to use our imagination and to look closely at things in different areas, in different ways, and certainly at different angles. Now then, let's move on to the business side of things. Lillian Mazomi, thank you so much, Lillian, for your super sticker and lovely comment that you sent me as well. Thank you very kindly. Let's move on to then the business side of finding inspiration. Again, within business, if you've been doing certain things for a long period of time, finding that inspiration to keep yourself going, to drive yourself forward is always something that people find very hard. Here is some tips that might help you. Changing things up, okay, is a really good way of finding inspiration within your business. As they say, new brush sweeps clean, okay? So maybe clearing out things, changing websites, reorganizing your desk, in fact, or where you work. All of this will help inspire you to re-energize yourself within your work environment. Journaling your ideas. What does that mean in layman's terms? It means writing it down. Okay, any ideas? I still do now have a pen and paper at the side of my bed. I don't know what it is about it, but when I'm in bed, my mind goes all in all different directions. So I have a pen and paper at the side of my bed, okay, so that if I have an idea in my head on a business-wide, I write it down, because come the morning, it's gone. I've forgotten. And I try to rack my brain. What was that thing I was thinking about last night? Can't remember what it was, but I knew it was really important. This is also a part of inspiring yourself with business. Whenever you have an idea, you should write it down. Whether you use your notebook on your telephone or anything like that, just write a header so that you won't forget it. This is how you can gain inspiration. I do it for my lives. I do it when I'm thinking about what I can talk about on my lives. This is giving me my ideas and inspiration for what I want to do to help you guys on your daily journey.
He's really just doing shadow art on the wall. We figured it out. He's really trying to promote tiny digger condoms for us.
Of Onpassive. Some people say that I inspire them. I have no idea. I do my best with what I'm trying to do.
It's so cringy. They all say this. I just find it so cringy. Like, if someone does tell you that you're inspiring, that's awesome, but don't come out here and be all like, people tell me I'm inspiring, because that's not awesome. That's very cringy. Okay? All right? It's not very demure. You want to stay classy.
But this brings me to very nicely into another area as far as business is concerned. Okay, this is remembering who you are. Now, remembering who you are, it really is a way to inspire yourself.
Every night, Red wakes up at 3 a.m. and writes, "Ask for a refund."
You need to have confidence within your own self and your own ability. Sometimes having that strength, having that courage, having that confidence about you really is hard for a lot of people. You know, a lot of people can't even look at themselves in the mirror and be happy with what they see, let alone being in front of a camera, talking to strangers, seeing themselves on a screen, listening to themselves. They absolutely hate it. But remember who you are. Everybody is individual. Everybody has a gift and a talent. And that is really what that means. It means that one size does not fit all. Everybody is attracted,
remember who you are,
metaphorically, as far as business is concerned, and especially online, to different people. People who follow me, people who like the way I do what I do it because they like my style, I suppose. They like me. They like, I am warts and all. I don't put anything on.
It's
I am the Red that you would see in person. And this really is what I'm trying to say here, is that remember who you are. That is your best asset that you have. Whatever you are is your best asset, and you should utilize that best asset for your business, because at the end of the day, people will be attracted to you for who you are. And that
is do not attach your self-worth and your self-esteem to a scam or to anything outside of yourself. Thank you.
Or golden ticket that you have, being yourself, whoever you are, however you do it, but you need to remember that that is you. Okay, don't try and change yourself or whatever it may be, because it will come over as very false. And people certainly get attracted to honesty. They get attracted to natural way of doing things. Talking from the heart, for instance, talking from what you're feeling in here is certainly a major, major plus, because it's easy, for one, to be yourself. And you need to remember who you are. Don't try. A lot of gurus will tell you, oh, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that. I can remember myself and Marty were involved with somebody, and they were teaching us how to market online. And they really were telling us that we need to be a certain type of person. We need to be saying certain kinds of things.
They're to blame.
Don't agree with that at all.
Blame them.
The best asset you have is being yourself. You, whoever you are, in front of the camera, be yourself. That is your attraction. That is your golden ticket. That is really
Red picks up like one self-help book this week, reads like one chapter of it, and he's like, I've got it. I know what I'll say when I go live now. It will be wonderful. Goes live, does this speech. Okay, enough, Red. Bring Mike to tell me what to do when I look on Onpassive. Onpassive.
Is going to inspire other people to want to listen to you, to want to come on and go, I want to listen to that guy. I want to listen to that lady, because I know that they are going to say something that resonates with me because I get it.
Yeah, and then you go looking for people that are supposed to inspire you, and then you're met with this.
Hello, everybody. I'm here with Chris Johnson. We want to push this shine the light idea. So we kind of have an update of how we want to do it. So we want everybody, I don't care what country you're from, who you are, man, woman, doesn't matter what country, send us a video about you. A little bit about your life, whatever you feel comfortable saying, and how you found out about Onpassive. Why did you stay in the journey? And what are you looking to get out of Onpassive? After you fill your pockets, the cupboards are full, your gas tank's full, what do you want to do with the abundance towards the world, towards maybe some charity or some ideas that you have? That would be great. Now, it's very important that you keep it under 10 minutes, if you can, please, because over that, people start to turn it off, okay? Now, you're going to send it to onpassivenation@gmail.com, okay? And when you give it to me, I will run it to AI. Now, here's something very important. When you're recording, don't have a crazy background, like a bunch of writing everywhere or...
Since when? Have you not seen your backgrounds?
Or a bunch of designs. The more clear and the darker behind you, the better. That way, when we add the content to it, it's very easily read. Okay? So do that. 10 minutes. It's about you. Don't do a webinar about Onpassive. This is about you. And we want to play it. We play around the clock. We're getting as many people as we can every day. So this is a good time to do this. So, like I said, send it to onpassivenation@gmail.com. If you're using a phone, turn it sideways. No fancy backdrop. Dark and plain is the best. And center yourself in the camera. Have enough space under your chin for content to be written. Okay, if you got your head real low, there's no place to write it. Okay, and let's have fun. And everybody wants to hear about you, and you deserve it. You may
only
not
for
think
10
you do,
minutes.
but you do. So thank you very much.
Only for 10 minutes, though. If you're going to talk longer than 10 minutes, we really don't care. Everyone shuts it off after 10 minutes. They don't give a fuck what you have to say. All right? Then they really don't care. Sorry, I'm just refreshing it to see if they've begun yet. They have not begun yet, but they are to begin. So we will finish watching right until they begin.
I understand where they're coming from. Yes, it makes sense. All of these terminology and words, okay, this is why people follow people online, whatever it may be. So be yourself. Remember who you are. Another one, work on your self-esteem. This is kind of going hand on hand, isn't it? You know, within business, you have to be positive about yourself. Okay. You know, when you say, you know, when they say, when certain...
But there is such thing as toxic positivity, which you'd never hear them talking about. Interesting.
People walk in a room, there's something about them, isn't there? There's almost an aura about them. There is, you know, certain people have got that something, haven't they? I'm not talking about people who are cocky. I'm not talking about people who are overconfident. I'm talking about the ones who walk into a room without saying anything, without doing anything, but there is something about them, isn't there? This comes from your self-esteem, being confident in the skin that you're in. Be confident, walk tall, walk proud, talk tall, talk proud. I'm not talking about overconfidence, being cocky, putting other people down when you're speaking and all the rest of it. I'm talking about being comfortable with the person that you are. Okay, self-esteem. This really is how to make a name for yourself. If you are that kind of person that when you
this is how you make a name for yourself, joining a scam and then doing a 10-minute video
in a door, people look at you, they notice you, then you know you've got it about right. I can remember when I was in the army, right? A lot of the guys that were going for their SAS trainings and all the rest of it, do you know what the SAS were looking for? They were looking for people between guys who were between 5'6" and 5'8", okay, no redeeming features, okay, and not over large or over small. Why? Because they blend. Okay, they can go in and out of rooms, in and out of crowds without being noticed. We are trying to do exactly differently from there. We're trying to have that noticeable thing about us, and that comes with being confident in the skin you're in, knowing as well about the company that you are going to be talking about, okay, and all the rest of it. All of this comes from confidence and self-esteem. So it really is a good point. And everybody can work on this. You can work on your self-esteem in all sorts of areas. If you've got lower self-esteem because you don't like the way you look, for instance, if you're overweight, you can do something about that. It will help your self-esteem. If you are not confident with the way that you look because of your clothes, you can do that by changing the way that you look. All of this will add to your confidence, and that confidence will exude from you without you having to say anything. Little things make up a big difference when people see you for the first time.
What?
Another one in business is asking yourself, what would I do if fear wasn't a factor? What a great point, isn't it?
Oh,
ask yourself, if I wasn't scared of doing it, would I do it? If fear wasn't a factor.
See, the thing is that they're trying to frame people's very, very real doubts about this after 6 years of being strung along and lied to as them just being too fearful. Like, if anything else strings you along for 6 years, tells you you're making money and doesn't give you a cent back, is it because you're too scared, or is it because it's a scam? You know?
Within my decision, would I do it? And that really is the crutch of so many decisions that so many people do or don't do, is because they're scared. Now, what are you actually scared of? Are you scared of failure? Are you scared of what people are going to say? Are you scared that your finances can't cope with it? Are you scared because it's unknown territory? Are you scared because you don't know enough about it? All of these are part of that fear factor. If you take that fear factor away and you analyze the decision without that fear factor, guess what? You are going to make a much more rational.
And I'm just very, very upset that Ash Mufareh pocketed $108 million and said that he deserved it. After he said that he wasn't in this for money, he didn't want 1 cent of it, and he was going to give the money to all of you. I don't see what fear has to do with any of that.
Decision of whether it's right.
I mean, I understand that you're very fearful of having to look at this for what it actually is and then admit to yourself that you've been duped for 6 years. But I mean, you have to come to that conclusion. The case was not dismissed. And Ash said, yeah, I pocketed the $108 million. Fuck these people. I deserve that money. I've worked really hard from 2018 to 2022. I should definitely get it all. After he lied to you. So you need to work on your self-esteem. Have the self-esteem to not let someone lie to you for 6 years and string you along and then never provide what he says he's going to do. Have the self-esteem to walk away. To be like, fuck that dude. There's women out here that wouldn't even put up with dating a dude for 6 years unless he was going to pop the question. Otherwise, they're breaking up with him. That's way too long to wait. But here you are, married to this thing for 6 years. You get nothing out of it. And you're still sitting here, letting this go on. So I can't take your advice about self-esteem because I feel like you don't have any. Because if I were you, I would have walked away 4 years ago, at least.
For you or not. But unfortunately, for so many people, fear becomes the number one factor of whether you do it or don't do it. So you need to start learning to take that fear factor away, stick it in a box somewhere, and look at the decision you're making in a rational decision. And even if fear keeps coming back into the equation, okay, try and stick it away, regardless of whether you are absolutely bricking it about doing it because of what people might think, finances, can't do it, all these fear factors. Okay, take them out of the equation. Look at it in a business manner. Can I make this business succeed? Is it viable? Look at the facts of what you are looking at rather than the scary bits. Okay, you can overcome scary. Okay, but if the business doesn't match up with what you are looking to do or looking for it for, then it's a no-go at the beginning, isn't it? Really, really good point that is. And the last one is eliminate the pressure to be inspired. Having an inspirational desire or justification, okay, is not a good thing. Okay, try and take that out the equation.
What?
So many people, okay, get involved with things, especially online stuff within the internet, especially doing.
Sorry, I thought my brain short-circuited there for a moment, but no, it was him.
And all the rest of it. I must be an inspiration. I must reach this level so I can inspire people and all the rest of it. Take that out of the equation. You don't know how you are going to affect somebody else. Okay. You don't have no control over that whatsoever. So you might as well disregard what people think of you. This is, again, comes back to the fear factor a little bit as well of what do people
think. And you've got experts along the way, along with quality control, quality assurance, supervisors, managers, QA checking it, and then it rides out the front door.
We are sticking red anyway, damn it.
All that, when you get the car, you have the key, you put gas in it, and you drive. This is Onpassive. All that work is being done by the company, by Mr. Mufareh. None of that did we have to do. And trust me, when you're marketing, like I did or tried to, you have to do all that work. And it's a moving target. And you're not getting any help. It's just you're doing it on your own. And even if you manage to push out a Volkswagen, you got to now try to get other people to do the same thing you did. It's impossible. Anyway, 98%, 99% of everything about Onpassive in the company is done for us. There's something we can work on here and here. 4 inches decides
this is your
if you can or you can't.
Earlier, damn it.
It's the inches between your ears. No more, no less. An example, and I said this earlier, I'm going to be quick because Ash just popped on, is I hear people do a New Year's resolution. And here's the words they say. I'm going to try to quit smoking. I'm going to try to quit drinking. I'm going to try to lose weight.
That's an awful way to
They'll never do it. Why? They give themselves an out. I'm going to try means I am not going to make it. Flat out. When I drank too much. When I worked too much. And when I ate, freaking obvious what happened there. But anything I did, and I smoked years ago, 20 years ago. But when you quit, you have to tell yourself, I'm done. Not, I'm almost done.
That's what
you don't give yourself an AF. And what worked for me is I did day by day. Now, all we have, and this is the most valuable thing, is time and your own mind. You're in charge of your mind. And your mindset needs to know that at the end of this conveyor, after this massive thing is built, and that car comes out, we're talking a Rolls Royce with a Lamborghini engine. Well, I never heard of that. Nobody's ever heard of Onpassive either. Okay, you're getting something nobody's ever gotten.
I thought everyone was scared.
If you get this, and because you're focused on stuff you have no control over, you're going to jump in that pig and treat it like a Volkswagen Beetle. What a waste. I'm not saying you have to code. You don't. You have to do anything like that. Learn the business and work on you, because I'm telling you, when success starts to enter, whether it's $5 or $50 or $500, I'm not kidding. When you see a positive, you're going to walk a little taller. You're going to have a little skip to your walk, and people will approach you because success is radiant. I'm not talking about success, just money. If you believe in yourself and you walk like that and you're proud of who you are, people want to be around people like that. Now, you could ruin it if you got a mouth and you don't know what to say. A lot of times it's better listening, right? you notice I talk more than I listen, but no, really, I try to listen to people to understand. So what you want to do is be ready for what's coming out. Step out of your comfort zone. I can only give an examples from me. I know I didn't read a bunch of books about it, but I know how it works, and it did it to me. I was horrible in school. I hated school. I was bored to death. Went out to work, like I said, started off in a company, and I looked at how can you make money? How can you make more? And the only way is to move up. In my company, they said, you can't go past this level without college. And I said, yes, I can. To me. And I wrote it down. I'm going to be a supervisor at 25. I'm going to be the manager at 30, and I'm going to be half the company manager then, and then the rest is history. I did them all. Why? Because I believed it. I know this sounds crazy, but you have to believe. For one thing, is people say, well, I can't do that, and I'm not that person. I'm not. Nobody asked you to be me. There's no reason to be me. There's no reason to be Chris. But I've met people through this Shine the Light, and I know it's doing a lot for you, and we're getting loads of people. I just got one today from China. And guess what that's doing? When you shine the light on others, and I've said this before, when you focus on others.
Do you have permission from China to run an MLM in China? If not, it's illegal and they can go to jail.
Lift them above yourself. The reflection back is much greater than what would happen if you bragged about yourself or built your own self up. I'm just telling you from my experience. So work on you. And I'll tell you something else. If you walk out of your comfort zone, you take that one step. Yeah, your knees are knocking and you could throw up and crap your pants. But do it again. It's not quite as hard. Do it again. It's even a little easier. The day will come where it's almost a drug to push yourself. This is for me personally. Anyway, I just wanted to run that through real quick. I just want people to work on what you can. Too many people focus on, well, what about this and what about, well, you can't do anything about it. And if you either trust the company and Ash Mufareh and what's going on, or you don't. And by the way, the newest person to Onpassive has been here 28 months. If you don't know who Ash is and what his ambitions are, you've got a major issue. I don't think you can go to somebody and get that.
Wow.
It's very basic. Through all the crap that happened, we don't even know what happened. I visualized smoke and fire, and somebody walked through the middle of that, and it was Ash Mufareh. You know why? You know what his way out was? Do or die. I learned a lot from that. When he first said it, I didn't like it. But then I realized Ash put no return. This is where I'm going. No matter what happens, I'm going that way. If he can do that and build this vehicle that we're going to have in this golden toolbox, we got to do 2%. Learn how to drive the car, put the key in, and turn it. Anyway, I had to get that on my system because I drank a lot of coffee. Chris, would you like to say something before I invite the man on?
Just real quick, because I love putting him in hold for a minute.
He's in the green room, but he's eating well. Yeah.
He's drinking the champagne water we left him.
I hope not too much.
Because we have a bigger audience, I said this earlier, I want to shout out some prayers absolutely for Robin Noble, excuse me. Peter Rogers just sent me a lovely story of what's going on with him.
Me too.
Pray for Peter. Elsie Patch, mom passed away yesterday. Please send your condolences to her. And our love to you, Elsie. Condolences from the Onpassive family. Liz Leary is going through some tests for their heart. We're praying that the doctors find good news for you, Liz. Daryl Cook's brother is now in hospice, as you heard the other day before. Pray for the strength for his family. And Dane and Darius Edwards are both fighting cancer. Cindy Hopkins, Rob Gorman, everyone else that I have been talking about for the last couple of weeks. Pray for them. Definitely pray for the Mufareh family and the team. Absolutely pray for me and Marty. We love prayers. And I want to thank anyone that's got a birthday. Willow Griffith, happy birthday. Key Wendell, happy birthday. And there's a whole bunch of birthdays today. I know those two personally, so God bless you both.
Very happy birthday to all of you.
This guy who's drinking all my champagne in the back room. Ash Mufareh, come on out.
All right, now I gotta figure out what button to push.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me, Marty.
No, I gotta calm down. Hello, Mr. Mufareh. Thank you so
Hey.
much for coming.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I felt lonely here. Uh, perhaps I appreciate the, you know, presence here and your attendance. Quite good. And the reason this happened, it was unscheduled. I had no plan. I'm going to do this today, but I had some great progress. I felt pumped. I couldn't, help myself, but just to say, I want to see you. I want to interact with you a little
He
bit
can't contain
and
himself.
see what can I share with you. So I appreciate the attendance here because I'm going to make it worth it. We're not going to be here for a while. I asked for this, so thank you. As you know, we have been working tirelessly to bring up the business back and uh, communicate about the next steps. And with the discussion of some of the leaders, we have agreed that it is better to come through the formal channel, which is the company and uh, all of us here in the community. So because that time has come now, and we are going to go back and communicate through the ecosystem, I just wanted to give you the heads up. So this is what will be happening. I don't expect everybody's going to listen to this, but those who would listen to it, try to share the message accurately and transparently. Okay. Uh, the bottom line is we're coming back. We're going to reopen doors and we're going to take you to the next steps. This is the bottom line. And the bottom line is we're going to come back and have a turnaround or a comeback phase that will thrill you. I am responsible for this, and it's going to be much better, more secured, more protected, much bigger, and indeed to where we're supposed to be. This is where we belong, long time ago. Problems happen, no big deal. It doesn't crush us, make us stronger, and we move on to the next thing. So, just on time, as predicted, okay, I already have access to the ecosystem, admin, and users. There were some modifications about the rollout, because we're going to have new data, old data, all of that. So there's so much in the pipeline, in the discussion on the table right now, without getting into the details and give you a headache. We have strategized the rollout to make it as simple as possible. But to be more accurate, we're going to be logging into the ecosystem soon. I'll tell you exactly when. Okay. And then we'll give you the proper notification. So it's not going to be on a random webinar here and there, as much as we love to be in there, but those are not official. Okay, now we're going back in-house to communicate promptly. So here's what's going to happen. One is, regardless of how we're going to do this, step number one, we're going to reopen the ecosystem so you can log in. And the main onpassive.com, we're going to turn it into the ecosystem login page. When you see that, so you can go to onpassive.com, you're going to see a website design now, right? A page, landing page. When you go there and see the login page, you should be able to log in. There's so much going on behind the scene. I cannot share that with you. You're going to understand later. It's not like forever. But at the moment, I'm unable to share that why and how and all of that. But you will know in time. For now, tomorrow is Friday, the 4th of October. Just about any day after that, okay? Any day. Meaning Saturday, you go, you see the login page there, you can log in. Done. We're going to give you the pop-up. We're going to communicate with you. What's next? Okay? And that's it. So I don't want to get into a lot of details of mechanics. Let's not bother about the mechanics, functionality. Don't ask questions. In fact, I just asked the team to disable the Odesk or the ticketing system. So let's not do that. We're not going to register new people, nor free, nor paid. Okay, just log in your profile and not the immediate thing. It could happen tomorrow, it could happen Saturday, Sunday, anytime it could happen when you log in. Step number 1, log in back. Step number 2, your profile is populated perfectly. So anything I'm not mentioning, don't worry about it. So don't tell me, oh, I cannot send a ticket. I didn't mention it. Okay. Don't tell me I'm not able to register. Don't tell me, oh, my O Connect. Don't tell me my this wallet. Okay. So step number 1, log in. Say thank you. Step number 2, profile populated.
Say
all right.
thank you.
Thanks again. Step number 3, my team in place. And 4, my wallet. When you see all that, that's going to happen not all at once. As I said,
Why?
Not in the exact order, but within the next couple of days, this will
How
start
are they supposed
rolling
to see
out.
wallet without the OES, Ash?
Okay. And then you pay attention to the news and updates. Keep you posted in there. Let me mention something. Our website went down the last part of, and I'm saying the ecosystem, the dashboard, the systems, end of June. We just finished September. September was supposed to be the last month, or September 1st, end of August, was supposed to be the expiration of the foundership access. Like we were supposed to kill that. Because of what happened, we're going to compensate and keep all founders open, and we're going to keep the ecosystem, and we're going to give you, obviously, as we always do, more bonuses and more extras while we transition into the next phase. You follow me? All right. It's very simple. Onpassive.com. Okay. Nothing there. The website. Next step. You're able to log in. Just be happy with that. That's all you need to do. Follow the pop-up. Step number 2. The profile. As I said, wallet, team. We're going to talk about some insane scenarios. Somebody's going to log in and going to come and say, you know what? In 2021, this was my URL, this was my, link or whatever. It said not happening. Details, all of that. Don't drive me crazy. Okay, we're going to keep it really plain simple. Don't tell me about links. Don't tell me about numbers. Don't tell me about that. Very simple. We're going to take you. This smooth transition is going to be a major transformation to your business, to our collective journey. You're going to be blown away.
Oh, Lord.
Just one thing at a time. I'm going to keep it simple. The genius is to turn something complicated into simple. And if I tell you all the complicated things that we have to deal with, you definitely will say, we've got no chance. But follow us and have faith. Your wallet, you could
Just
bury it, not just put
believe.
it away. Okay, you don't need to pay anything. Relax, so you have no reason not to believe. So no money is
I
required.
could give you 99 reasons.
No organs donation is required, right? Everybody stay sound. Nothing.
I got
just
99
be
reasons.
grateful for what
Ash is almost all of them.
to come. That's all I wanted to say today. So we're coming back bigger, better than ever.
That was powerful. That's very good. You
Oh
said
my
a lot.
God, that's
You
the same
said
thing.
A lot. Thank you very much.
What
Very
is
simple
going
too.
on?
Very
And
simple
go
to
back to my
understand.
snack in the green room.
Yeah, I hope you liked it. Some
I'm
of the stuff.
starving there.
I bet.
you
What
got
you
no
mean?
AC condition there, no
No,
air
it's
condition.
hot.
Told you, Marty.
What more
I
do
told
you
you
It smells
do?
bad here.
See that little
No
bucket?
food,
That little
no
bucket in the
AC.
corner, Ash. That's not a garbage can.
Oh yeah, I see that. Smells bad. Yeah. What do you have there? Dead body?
Real quick, Mr. Ash, I don't mean to knock
It
your
does
great
not.
news. I just was informed that Caroline Mackey's mother also passed away yesterday. Our condolences to you, Mrs. Mackey. And I forgot Chloe, Julie Pierre's daughter, who's still fighting that tumor. Please put them in your prayers, please.
Yeah. We know a
Wow.
lot of people. We love a lot of people, but we hear a lot of bad news too. That goes with it. So
Yeah.
yep. We'll march ahead. Anyway, thank you, Ash, and everybody. Remember, remind everyone. No
Wow.
speculation. Just come in and look at the video. It's there.
Yeah.
It's very simple. Yeah, you don't want to go on. Hey, this isn't working. Remember, you
You mean
go in,
rounded?
log in, check your profile, check your wallet, check your team, and keep your
Not-
pants on. That's all I'm
Not
saying.
all
Check
at once.
yourselves.
No, right. It's going to go
Gradually.
within a few days. Yeah. it's no
Log
big
in
deal.
is the first step. Step number 1 is get in
Right.
the house. Okay. Take a breath.
Say thank you.
That's
Yeah.
it.
And
Yeah,
say
thank
thank you. Yeah.
That's optional. Yeah.
I'm going to say it ahead of time.
Yeah, thank you, Ash.
Anyway.
We appreciate it.
Of
Thank you
course.
very
And-
much.
And don't pay attention to this temporary, kind of like bridge. Okay. But we have the faith this
Not
will take us
okay?
to where we belong or where we want to be. Okay, we cannot say everything at once because again, we want to keep it simple. Log in, it's done, accomplished. Now we're just about to make those things. And the reason we did that is because we had other, I would say, strategic decisions to take. Okay, we want to make sure that we play this in the best possible scenario. And the best part for those who understand is we were able to recover the business out of nothing. When you know the story, you're going to be
Wow.
definitely astonished by how talented is our tech team and how we're able to technically out of a thin air, we were able to bring the business back.
Awesome.
What?
I can't wait.
Awesome.
Yes, indeed. All right, this will get exciting. And sorry about the bad news. Listen, I've had the toughest.
Did he actually just say, guys, the technology company that I was making, where I told you all that technicians were going to be built from scratch, it's going to blow your mind that I have technicians now that can make stuff from scratch. Yeah, no. I'm so mind blown by that just now in October of 2024. Yeah, because obviously we've never ever been able to make products, software from scratch. But we do that now. Isn't that great? Fuck off.
Here in my life.
Jesus.
And it looks like every month things are increasing. I choose not to share all the details, but there's death in the family. It's a chaotic situation. We've got to do what we've got to do. Like, you got to do what you got to do because we have a limited time on this planet, and we want to make it count. It's It's an
Amen.
obligation. I feel like we have to make it count.
Absolutely.
I heard you, brother. I heard you talking about,
Uh-huh.
how you should be clear on specifically where you want to go. If you allow me, I would love to share with you uh, where I want to go clearly.
Absolutely.
Oh no.
Number one, I want to look as good as Chris Johnson.
Oh no.
I have no plan for that. No competition. Okay. Uh, but very, very clearly, and this is exactly what I believe.
That's
Okay.
weird.
When I'm 55, figure out how old I am. Okay. When I'm 55, I believe this planet is going to have more prosperity. Okay, more people have access to more, to a higher financial position in their life. I believe there's going to be more health, access to a healthier lifestyle. And I am so concrete. We're going to have better access to education. So we're going to have a more educated. When I'm 55, I believe we're going to get into a new era where we have this global population, the 8 billion living people now, they're going to have better. And from there and on, it starts increasing. Okay. Better education, better health. I do concretely believe that we're going to minimize all the corruption, the criminality around the globe, and all the violence and oppressed and all of that. Hopefully, more peace. Hopefully, more love and harmony and unity all across the globe. Okay, because we have better, more positive things to be busy with than, kind of like biting each other, okay, or fighting or competing or whatever reason is. So I do believe I'm going to contribute to a better world. This is my pledge. I do believe that. Now, this sounds like insane, delusional. Anybody, who am I? I'm not a country. I'm not like a whole continent. I'm an individual. I know what I'm talking about. I have the details. I have the
Oh, for
blueprint. I
fuck's
have the
sakes.
exact roadmap. And I tell you, we are going to be way, way better off. Like, we're going to be a better off place. Okay, just in a couple of years from now. That gives you some of the math.
Yeah, he's
Starting this year,
51.
obviously. Okay, this journey is going to take us to that, uh, state of our humanity. There's more details, but in a nutshell, if you believe there is hope, and working together, we can get to that. If that matters to you, join us, lock arm with us, okay, and we will get there together. There's absolutely a possibility to everything when we're united, when we're together, and go above the nonsense. Okay, so like I just said, life is too short. It's not worth it to be busy with the nonsense, and we want to make it count. I believe when I'm 55, mark my word, put this somewhere, anywhere you want, take
Oh,
it.
wow.
This
55.
planet is going to be much better. All right. For those who choose to ride along, to be on the journey, obviously. If somebody's going to be like, blabbing or kind of like resisting, yeah, it's a choice. We cannot force everybody to have that prosperity with us. But I believe we're going to have opportunity. We're going to have options. We're going to have those possibilities, and remove all the, hopefully, minimize all the other catastrophes. Okay, I'm talking about man-made stuff. Okay, the unfairness or injustice that is going on is mostly due to finances or uh, some greed or whatever it is. So let's be accountable. Remind me, and you can ask me anytime you want. And as we go back and reopen the business and communicate more and spend more time together, I am extremely passionate about sharing all those with you, all those dreams, aspirations, and how we can get there. And if you see yourself a fitting individual, so we can contribute to that beautiful, marvelous, goal, uh, then
What?
welcome aboard. This is not just a business. This is not just like, okay, this is another website or whatever it is. No, this is a life-changing journey. This is a direction that it's worth to die for. I'm telling you. All right. You have a good one. I see you on the inside. I can say that.
And the
Real
seals
soon.
clap.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Mufareh. I mean that.
Aside from all your amazing wife and kids, brother. Tell them thank you.
My pleasure.
And tell the team thank you very much. So,
What
Absolutely. Okay, will do. Thank you.
Well, there you have it.
all right. All right, let's go. Thank you, everybody.
Wow.
You heard it. It's pretty exciting.
Watch the video before you go saying stuff. Make
Yeah.
sure you're saying exactly what Ash is saying. He did tell you that. And don't worry about the little stuff. He'll take care of that.
And that's where it ends. Don't worry about anything. He's going to take care of it all for you. It's a done deal. Do it or die, remember? So again, nothing new was told today. Ash claims that he got some new information where they came up with some kind of strategic plan to release everything. But then he didn't go into any details about that, really. None that were any different than before. I mean, we already knew that the OES was supposed to be up and running any day now. It was actually supposed to be the 29th of September, but then they moved it to like the first week of October. So, you know, anytime in the next week or so, we were expecting the OES, the Onpassive ecosystem, to go back up. In expecting that, I think most of us were expecting for the O wallet, which isn't like a part of that system, to go up with it. The funny thing is he's all like, oh, we're not going to do it in this order, but you'll see things happening. But then he would have to open up the OES first, because we're not going to see O wallet appear in the OES if we don't have access to the OES. So really, he just came on here and said a whole bunch of nothing. Nothing at all. Just blah, 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 blah. Same information. It's coming soon. You're all going to have to log in, and then slowly the products will be added. And he came up with a big plan for that today, and he couldn't contain his excitement, which you want someone that can be the CEO of a company to be able to regulate their emotions like that and not have to jump on a webinar right away and announce things half-assedly to people. Like, if he doesn't know the exact plan, he's not ready to talk about it and tell us like when things are coming out with exact dates and deadlines and whatnot, then just don't say anything about it at all. Could he not be excited in his fucking office without doing a webinar with Marty and Chris? Why couldn't he just call them up and do like a private call if it was that serious and he just couldn't contain himself? Because coming out here and doing this corporate webinar now with them after you announced that you wouldn't be doing this anymore doesn't look good. Once again, like, we don't know what to believe coming from Ash. At least I don't know what to believe coming from Ash. Maybe some of you guys know what to believe coming from Ash. But that just means you're brainwashed. I'm just saying. Marty's thanks will mean so much to the team. I don't know what team this is. Ash has been claiming that he's hired the best of the best since, you know, it came out that at the end of August, a bunch of people went on strike that he didn't pay. But I don't know. Because, again, he's not really saying anything. And, again, today was kind of a bust where he didn't say anything more. But, as always, I wanted to bring it to you, and we had some fun reacting to Red and whatnot before. So I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I'm having trouble speaking. Ash is addicted to the adoration and the good old clapping seals. That's right. He just comes on to have them praise him and to save faith. He wants them to continue to be strung along, right? And it's almost like he knows if he doesn't show up for a while, the people will lose their faith in him. Jen said, if Ash said the sky was blue, I'd go out and check. Me too. Me too. Problem with the first week of October is that after tomorrow, it's the second week of October, really. Yeah, basically, Mr. Level's getting ready for the end. Basically, that's the truth, though. And again, there is no extra information being given. We're still in the same position. The OES is going to be released any day now. So, yeah, as I get new information going forward, I will bring it to you as soon as I can. We should be good for a Friday tomorrow. It might be an evening one. I have to kind of check out the schedule. So do stay tuned for the community tab so that you guys don't miss it. I love all of you. Have a fabulous, amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Mwah! We're in it to win it. I hope. I hope we win something.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's the call. Hey.
And I'm your friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. And it breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or sighing, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly.
Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was 3 minute Ash. And another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them all more than one. It's not the answer you want, but
Yeah.
call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
All right, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to Crazy Man talking about their experiences.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Have a great night.
And I'm your friend.
Stay tuned to the community tab, everyone.
Stop going there. That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own YouTube channel. And it breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh.
Stop going there.
Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.